running a YouTube show. I think it's a very interesting thing, and I've learned a few tricks of the trade. For example, when you are live on YouTube, it shows you how many people are watching at the same time, right? And you have to always be careful to not be distracted by this, by the numbers. Like, listen, sometimes you could be live. Let's say you go live, but not at the normal time, or at a time like, listen, nobody's there. So if you know you're talking and nobody's watching, or there's only like one or two people watching, or if you just see zero, because here on the screen, you can see like how many people are watching at the same time, right? So you could just be here and saying to yourself, like, who am I talking to? Like, nobody's watching me. So I'm talking to a camera, but nobody's listening and nobody's saying. Or if your chat is slow, you're like, nobody's talking. Like, and sometimes people are watching, but they're doing something else. So they're not on the chat. Sometimes people are watching, they're cooking, they're driving, something else. How do you get used to just having your message across and not relying too much on the fact that people are here or not, or the views are dropping or not, etc.? I would suggest to people to not even watch the numbers, or hide them depending on the program they use if they can, and to always treat your live stream as you recording something for the people who will watch in the future. Because what I learned from Club Shada is that there's way more people that are watching the episodes the next day than people that are watching while we are live. Usually during a live stream, it's between 100 and 200 people that come and go. Like, and after 2-3 days, when I look at the numbers again, it's like 1,000 people. So that's why I realized that whatever I'm saying, I'm not just talking to the people that are here right now. I'm also talking to the people that are watching after. Listen, some people might be watching this episode in 10 years. And that's the beauty of creating content that is evergreen. Like, the things you are saying now might serve somebody in 10 years. Oh, listen, maybe my daughter, I'm with my daughter, she's 6 now. Maybe when she's 16, we're both sitting on the sofa and we are watching this episode. That's beautiful to be able to talk about things. Listen, I would have loved to have, I don't know, 200 episodes of a podcast or a video show like this one of Bob Marley, for example, talking about everything, explaining the songs, the creation process, about whatever. Like, and the beauty of today is that it's not just about artists you love, or it's just even just people. We have the possibility to leave our thoughts of the moment and update them on a medium that is a video with quality that people are going to be able to watch in 100 years. That's beautiful. And if you can make it a business, even better. Like, yeah, if it can generate you some income, you can have ads, you can have, okay, cool. But even if it doesn't generate you money, like this generate, I don't know, not even 1% of the money I make, but still it is it is an amount of content that is growing my YouTube channel. So I I don't view content as one. I view content like pyramids. To do a pyramid, you don't put one block. You have to have thousands of people that are building block by block until you have the whole pyramid. And every content I do is the same thing. It's the same for music. I don't make songs, I make catalogs. Same thing for this. I make 368 videos of 1 to 2 hours. Then you can cut them in different little pieces. So there's probably 2,000 videos of Club Shada content already that people continue to watch. That's the beauty of it. Like, the more you do, the more you watch, and you never know when all of a sudden it blows up for whatever reason. So I believe that the way you have to treat content, especially in a world where there's so much content coming from everywhere, you really have to treat content as the pieces of the pyramid that you are trying to build. And whatever your job is, if you have an Instagram, a TikTok, OnlyFans, YouTube, Facebook, whatever you're building, a blog, you have to make sure that everything you do, every single piece of content that you create is part of a bigger ensemble. And I've been doing this for 30 years this way. Everything. I never think about, and you know, every time I worked with an artist, I always told them, yeah, if we do an album now and it has success, it's great, but that's not what is important. What is important is if we do 10 albums in the span of 20 years. That is, to me, way more important. Like, if you look at most of the people that I work with today, is people that I've been working with for years. Like, Malcolm Beats is 36, I think. We started working together. He was 18. Lil Maro and we've been working since 96 together, making beats, working on things. We worked on albums. We worked in different studios. We've been signed to Sony. Then we were out. Then we did this. And we are still creating pieces of content together for all of us. And you really have to think long term. Short term is only used to serve what we're gonna do for in service of long term. So listen, I can't wait to celebrate episode 400. It's in how many episodes? 32 episodes, I guess. Yeah. And then I can wait to celebrate episode 500. That's probably gonna be in 2024 or beginning of 2025. And that's great. That's the beauty of creating content for a long time. And you know, the thing about creating content for a long time is that you have this moment when you are here, right? And then after that, people get used to you. So it might feel that you are not here, but actually you're just here. It's just that people get used to the fact that you're here. And a lot of artists, a lot of creators, they mistake this for it's not working anymore. But that's not it. It is actually, listen, being trendy is great, it's cool, but that doesn't make you long term. Being trendy, it's exposure, big exposure. People want to see you, etc. That's not really where the work starts. That's really when you can make, I would call it the money time. That's really when you can, people can see you, you can build your brand fast, etc. But then after that, you have to learn to build slow. You have to learn to continue building brick by brick. And even if it doesn't go as fast as in the beginning, that's when you have to find your pace. And a lot of people, they get, I don't know, fame is a drug. So they actually want to be famous. They want to hear people say they love, or we love you, etc. But in reality, the best phase is actually after all that. When you can build in tranquility, you can generate money without, without stress. I see so many artists that are in their 40s and 50s now, and they had hits, but now the hits are 20 years old, and they just concentrated the last 20 years in trying to stay famous instead of building a catalog that they own. And because of that, they're struggling today, and they have to accept whatever promoter will accept to throw them a little bit of money. They will go take it because they don't have the choice. Because back when their brand were hot, their vision got blurred. The goal got blurred. Because the goal when you are a creator, the goal is never to be famous. The goal is always to express yourself and to create a catalog and something that can sustain you or sustain your family. And then fame arrives. Fame and everything that comes with fame. Fame, fake friends, hoes, etc. This will put you in a position where you lose track of why you are here. You start believing that you are here for the girls, and you forget that that was never the objective. It wasn't even part. It was not even part. Maybe you had a girl already, and all of a sudden, you have so much choice, and then you lose yourself. And now you are doing all these things for the wrong reason. You are working to stay famous because you believe that staying famous will keep you, will keep the money entering and the people loving you. When in reality, that's not the goal. Being famous is always a byproduct of you doing a great job. So I see so many artists today, and every week there's a Zouk artist that goes nuts on Instagram and start spewing nonsense about their career. And you can see that these people are struggling and they're having mental health issues because 20 years ago they didn't do the right choices. They lost their way.